Hey guys, it's your boy Andy here. Just recording a little vlog post here because yesterday when we were recording the podcast, Sean and I got to talking about the whole MTG headquarters thing, and we had a pretty kind of longish discussion about it, and it was before the show, and we didn't know if it was like the right place to put it in the actual podcast. Mostly because we know, people want to listen to the show. They want to talk about Magic. They want to hear about Magic. They want to hear about decks. They want to hear about EDH. So the sort of other things that are happening don't always. It doesn't always feel right to put it into the show. So this is a little extra thing for you because we wanted to put it out there because it felt like to stay quiet on this issue. It wasn't right, so we wanted to sort of let people know what we're thinking, sort of where we stand on it, and so anyways, this video is just kind of a candid discussion, little conversation Sean and I had right before recording. Just to preface it, we are talking about Jeremy from MTG headquarters, a guy who we don't know at all, just like his impact on the community and stuff. So there you go. Check it out. If you have any questions for us, or if you want to talk to us about it or whatever, just shoot us a comment, shoot us a message on Twitter. If you're a patron, come on into that Discord chat. We're all about it. So here it is.
I don't know, they're missing something in their life. So that's all they do.
Ultimately, and I don't want to. I'm not going to generalize everybody on the other side of the political spectrum, but people like him. So not all of them necessarily, but people like him are ultimately regressive. They're not progressive. So the world, because of the way time works and learning lessons and learning from history, is at its base somewhat progressive, right?
Yeah.
We generally will learn from our mistakes. We generally will learn from the past. But those people don't want to do that. They just don't. They want to stay at an idealized point in their own history / their own lives.
Yeah.
And they want to stay at that because they're very comfortable there. They're very happy with, and it's the reason why it's a lot of white males. And white males on that side feel attacked because, all the people of color and, trans people and women are all like, hey, man, it has never been that great for us. It's only now is the greatest it's been for us. And it has to keep getting better. So those people are pushing for progress, whereas these people who are fighting it are the people who are like, no, what are you talking about? It's great here. It's always been great for us. It's great.
Yeah.
Let's not change this. What? I got to let this guy in my bathroom now? I got to let this woman who used to be a man in my bathroom now? No way. Forget about it, man. It was fine the way it was. It's all for you it was fine, but not for everybody else. And then so this guy attacks Christine and attacks people who are progressive because he's like, oh, what do you mean? Playing Magic has been fine for me. All my dude friends are there. We have a good laugh. You know what I mean? Who cares that there's no women there? Well, guess who cares? Women.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Women care that there's no women there, especially women who want to play Magic. Let them in. Let us in, man. That's all they're saying. And then this guy's just it's so selfish and so self-centered.
Totally.
Ultimately, it's so they're just regressive people. They want to go backwards, whereas other people want to go forwards, and it's just not right.
That's good. That's a good way to put it. I just feel like in the Magic community specifically, why don't we just let's be spikes about this, right? The more people that feel welcome in this game means the more revenue Wizards makes, which means the more Magic we get developed, right?
Not everyone's even happy with that. Again, they're like, what do you mean? Magic was perfect at, not Battle for Zendikar, at Zendikar, or Magic was perfect at Innistrad. They've been fucking up ever since. Mythic rarity is a mistake, it's the same type of shit. It's like
if you're a spike Magic player though, right? Just take that attitude. Just the bottom line is, it's better when the company is more profitable and there's more people. That's just better. It's better when there's more human beings playing Magic.
I mean, they wouldn't necessarily agree with that.
Well, then they're not spikes. Then they're not good Magic players. They're admitting. Then they're admitting that they're taking the worst line of play. They're taking a worse line of play.
But like they would say that like, oh well, like the community needs to be under control. There's not enough. If there's too many people playing, it's
what that
bad.
is? That's people. That's because this is what happens then. Because then you got more LGSs opening up in your city or town or county, and you got more places to play and more people to be competitive. That is the voice of people who are just like, I want to play this deck. How come it's not winning? Because the meta is changing. Change your deck. Like you can win the game, just change with the meta, man. Don't ignore it.
It's true. Don't ignore it. Change with the meta. Change. Ultimately, progress as Magic progresses and as the world progresses.
The meta's changing. You can keep your shitty deck and keep losing with it, or you can just try some new cards and just have fun again
and still be as happy as you were before
and still win. You can still win.
And it's like, listen, man, they're still playing Affinity. You just have to change, with there's an Eldrazi deck. You have to just change a little thing about it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're
right.
You're still at a very big advantage.
You have to add one or two new sideboard cards.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's a perfect metaphor. You don't even have to change that much. You just have to add a couple sideboard cards, and then you're fine for the matchup.
Yeah, bit of new tech.
Just a couple new cards, bit of new tech. Oh man. It's true though. It's very true.
Can we make a vlog about this? I feel like we're onto something.
Well, yeah, we should definitely. I mean, I have been recording this. Maybe we'll just play this.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so that's it. Like, it's a real bummer that that she is quitting. But it's more of a bummer that that those people just can't be nice, basically. Can't just handle a person with any kind of differing opinion of theirs or whatever. They need to go on the attack and make someone feel uncomfortable enough that they stop what they're doing.
I know. I keep coming back to the thought that it's this is this is what toddlers do when they're learning how to interact with the world, right? They don't know what work. They don't know how anything works. So all they know how to do is hit things. They're like, I made something happen, right? I made the juice fall off the counter, right? I did something. That's the only thing I know how to do. All I know how to do is cry otherwise. And I think socially, I think the way social media has evolved so quickly, over the span of 10 years, that's blindingly fast if you consider how evolution wants to work. It's gonna F people up, right? There's some people who aren't taking it well. I know I don't take it super well. I know I need to stay off of too much social media because it kind of puts me into a depressive state. If I mostly interact with the world through Facebook only, because it's not real and I'm not really connected, but I think I'm connected.
Yeah.
So, I get that these people are crying out and they're like, I don't know how to interact anymore. So I'm just going to I need to know that I matter. So if I can make someone quit a game, I know maybe I don't think that's their conscious effort, but that's a way of getting some sort of twisted validation because people aren't getting it healthy ways.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised even if some of those people felt bad about her quitting.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Right.
They're not all monsters. They probably wrote some comments or wrote a tweet. The average follower of that guy probably wrote a tweet saying something shitty about her and then never thought about it again. But that all adds up. Now you're involved with it, and they didn't think of anything. And then when they heard she quit, they might have even been I didn't think she would quit. Oh, okay, well that kind of
Well, and then because I'm sure these people, right, and I think Jeremy's got to maintain the act, right? He to save face, right? He can't go back on this now because he's in too deep, right? Even if he wants to, right? It takes so much balls to just be like, you know what? I've been wrong about everything this whole time. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't think, I mean, I think he's a bit of a coward for,
Oh yeah.
so I don't think he's going to do that.
No.
Even if he thinks that's the right move. And I think deep down he knows it is, right? I gotta believe that humans know that, like, no one wants to hurt anybody. But he has to keep the act up. What a twisted thing that is.
Oh man, it's very twisted. Whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
And then so then the next thought is, like, the average person is not that stupid. So, like, if you are hateful towards people and then they leave, you still have hate in your body, and you know that you're running out of places to put it. So like once all the things you don't like are gone from magic, where are you going to channel your hate? You have not addressed why you are hateful. You're just throwing it around.
Just throwing it around where it feels good. You think you're getting something done, but you're just destroying things. It's really strange. It's just it's hard to wrap your head around that type of mentality, man. I don't know.
I mean, I just, things can be so much better if everyone just, take care of yourself, man. Like, admit that, like, you have a problem, and like maybe your anger is coming from something else. Find out where that anger is coming from, and work on it.
I really think it's just feeling you're, like you said earlier, marginalized because other people who are not the same as you are starting to, like, say, hey, this sucks.
Yeah.
And we want to change it. And you're like, wait, it's good for me. It's ultimately quite selfish. And there's I don't know where it's from, but Jess Bryson posted it like a while ago on Facebook. It's just a quote from someone. I should look it up and find out who it is, but it's something that I remember often, especially nowadays, because it really is very, it just applies. It just completely applies. And it's to the privileged, equality can seem like oppression.
Ah,
right?
Good quote.
So that's all these people. They're like, white Christian males are the most oppressed, group. No, they're not. But
they are not.
No, they're not.
Not by a long shot.
Straight up, not even close. But but it seems like it, because all they see, and all they pay attention to is people saying how, like, white Christian males are in a place of privilege and they need to be taken out of it. So they're like, wait, I got to be taken out of my place? What are you talking about? Like, I like it here. It's very good for me. Everything's great, right? So,
and I always think too, like I'm a white male, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has actually been taken away from me, right?
Exactly.
Like all the things I have, I still have, right? If I think when you're thinking just like, oh, if 90% of the jobs, I mean, I don't know statistics, but if, like, most of the quote unquote good jobs are held by white males, well, that means I don't have access to most of the good jobs. Guess what? I was never going to be a CEO of a major company anyway. So like get more, female CEOs, get more CEOs that are people of color. Like, that's not a job I was ever going to have. So that's not taken away from me.
But even if you did go down to, like, look at something like a job that you might get, like, well, I mean, there's a very big push for diversity when it comes to acting roles, right?
Sure.
Whether it's commercials or television, anything. So, like, we are feeling that as white males in that industry, but, like, the balance has been upset for so long that, like, it's just about time. It's just fine. Look, there's a new reality. You just have to throw a few sideboard cards in the deck and just deal with it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
It seems like you go into a thing and you're like, oh man, like, I can't go after that part. Like, they're looking for a diverse actor instead. It's like, hey, that seems like something's been taken away from me. But no, man, it's not that. It's just that now things are beginning to, like, line up and try to be a little bit more balanced.
You know what this is? There's another magic parallel here, right?
Okay.
this is milling, right? Right? Like if there's a job that they only want to hire someone who is not like me, and then I don't have access to that job. It's like that job got milled off the top of my deck, and I'm like, man, I was gonna draw that card, and now I can't draw the card. It's like, well, guess what? You may never have drawn it anyway, right? It doesn't matter, right?
Yes.
I will draw other cards that I still get to play.
There are still plenty of other cards that you can play, and if you've built your deck mind correctly, then you'll be able to deal with it, and you still should be able to win at life. So there you have it. A bit of a silly. It kind of the issue gets big, as you talk more and more about it. But just to conclude that we want to be inclusive. We want to be inclusive in this community. We want to be inclusive with our show. We don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. It doesn't make sense to me that a person is so offended by someone else doing their own thing and making a living at it. Anyways, so, that sort of targeted, bullshit isn't going to fly with us. So we just want to be inclusive to everybody. We want people to feel comfortable in our game. We want people to feel welcome in our game. That's the long and short of it, really. So yeah, maybe we'll get into more vlogging as things die down here. We can start talking a little bit more about some, magic things, a little less controversy. But again, it didn't feel right to just be silent on this. So there it is. There it is for you. And again, if you want to chat with us about it, feel free to do so in the comments or just, privately if you like. Whatever. We will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
If you want to contact us, I'm at Sean Tabaris.
And I'm at Andy Holbone.
Send us an email at commandersbrew@gmail.com.
You can find out when we go live on Twitch if you follow us at twitch.tv.
And if you care to support us on Patreon, check us out at patreon.com.
And you can find our deck list on tappedout.net.
And if we forgot anything, commandersbrew.com.